let us say that we want to find the distance between the points A and B. So to do this, I want to first know the distance that B projects off of A. So to do that, what I'm going to do is draw a line from B down to A, and this distance is going to be labeled A is equal to 1, and that just means again that the point B projects off of A in the vertical direction of length 1. And what we also want to first have at hand here is how much B projects off of A in the horizontal direction. So to do that, we just draw a horizontal line from A to B, and I'm going to label that distance B is equal to 1. So now still keep in mind that we're still trying to find this distance from the point A to B throughout the whole entire problem. And that distance I'm going to label C. And also the points A and B, they lie in the two-dimensional coordinate plane. So think of A lying at the origin and B lying at the point 1, 1. And that is how I got the distances for the vertical and horizontal leg. And as also can be seen here, this is actually a triangle, a right triangle, because there is a right angle of 90 degrees, and also in this right triangle we have two 45-degree angles. Now for each point A and B, I've labeled the values of the coordinates. I've given x1 and y1 to point A, and x2 and y2 to the coordinates of point B. Now, to understand the distance formula for any 2 points, we need to first understand this equation, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, you may be familiar with this already, but I want to explain it more clearly in terms of triangles and legs of the triangle. So, A really is the distance of what we have is 1, but it more specifically is the distance, the vertical distance in the y direction of point B projected off of A. That vertical distance is equal to y2 minus y1. And in the horizontal direction, we want to know the horizontal projection of the point B off of A in the x direction. That's going to be equal to x2 minus x1. So we have A, which is equal to the vertical distance. That's going to be y2 minus y1. And we square that because distance is not negative. And then we add B, which is the distance horizontally along x. So that's going to be x2 minus x1. And that is also squared. And this is going to be equal to c squared. Now we want to solve for c because that is the distance between the points A and B. So to do that, we just take the square root of both sides. The square root of the left side is going to be equal to the square root of y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared. And then the square root of c squared is just equal to c. So then we just plug in the numbers for the x and y values. So this is going to be y2, which is equal to 1, y1 is equal to 0, and then x2 is 1, x1 is 0, so 1 minus 0. We square that, and this is equal to c. So 1 squared plus 1 squared we get square root of 2. And that's equal to c. So we say that c is equal to the square root of 2, and that is the distance between the points A and B. This idea works for any line connected by 2 points on the two-dimensional xy plane. So we can have a line that looks like that, or like this, or we can have a line that is purely horizontal. The idea still works. The formula for the distance is right here, and I've demonstrated this concept by using the geometry of a triangle. Now here I use c to refer to distance, but you can also use different notation. Common notation you might see is this, and this just means the distance between the points A and B. If you have any questions or comments, please post in the comment section below, and thank you for watching.